Oh, hello and welcome people back after Christmas to uh, more Hermione dancing in Harry Potter 3. Even though Hermione does jump quite spry, she's not the fastest runner, it's actually Harry. And yes, there is actually a difference between their running speed. Ron is of course the slowest.
Let's go to Defense Against the Dark Arts. I've got
Yeah,
arithmetic
I saw that
lesson,
coming.
Then it's my first Muggle Studies lesson, then potions, and I really can't afford to waste any more time.
And then it's shutting the fuck up!
Exactly.
That was great timing.
Well, you know I was going to do that.
I know.
But yeah, for now we can't really explore
I've got
much
double
of
residency
anything.
After Defense Against the Dark Arts. Can we get a move on, please?
We can't really explore much of anything for now. As you see, most of the doors are locked, and well, even if we do like during this first day, even if we do go off exploring, it's not really worth doing that, because there's too many things that we can't do anyway.
Thank you for hitting her again.
Yeah, that the aiming on the things just gets really annoying. But thankfully there are more efficient ways of getting beans.
Should we be going to Defense Against the Dark Arts?
No. It's Skype. And loading
What if-
screens.
What if this game had the same loading screens as Blood Plus?
Where it would just spoil stuff.
Yes!
It actually kinda does in a way.
Oi!
Really?
You're not supposed to be in there.
Well, I mean, the room that it shows there
Professor Dumbledore
is actually
has
from
ordered us to
what
stand
we're going
guard
to be
at the
doing
grand
later on.
staircase.
Huh. Okay then.
But yeah, here I was going to go back here, and there is something we can already explore. You know, there was this gigantic fuck me cupboard over here.
This isn't the right floor.
Okay. Sure.
And we can already find some things over here.
Yeah!
Oh, actually, there is something very interesting about the.
Should we be going to Defense Against the Dark Arts?
There's something very interesting about the loading screens. For whatever reason, while the entire game is locked at 30 frames, those aren't. Like the animation of the little thingamajig spinning around actually goes up to 60 frames, but it does so by removing the vertical sync, so you get a lot of screen tearing. It's pretty odd.
That is weird.
Yeah, like why would they bother with that? But yeah, for now there is actually little to no point for me to get rid of those fairies, other than, you know, just to spite them because fairies are evil. Because we can't actually do much of anything with whatever that is.
Okay then.
But you know, gotta explore. Besides, while the doors in the staircase may all be locked from the outside, they're not locked from the inside. That's actually something good to remember for one of the future missions, because you're supposed to get to a certain floor, and you can't do it from the floor itself.
Over here, Hermione!
Right.
Hermione!
And they will often just forget about whatever they are supposed to be doing, but just get to the door. They don't need to be near you to advance.
They'll just stare at a wall sometime.
Yeah, exactly. Like proper AIs do.
And then they'll ramp up the game's FPS counter to like 800 frames per second.
Mm-hmm. But only for them. Yes, you can actually kind of sort of cancel some animations at just the right moment so you don't have to stare at stuff.
Defense against the dark arts is on the 3rd
I'm a
floor.
girl, I can't do things like that.
I can't open doors. What?
That's what Slave Ron is here for.
Sticky fingers, Ron. Thank you.
Oh yeah, right.
I miss Sticky Fingers Potter.
It's really odd because there are some random bookshelves scattered around the entire castle where you can pick up things with just about any character, but most of them are Ron only. Thankfully, the delay between like you being able to start walking after you pick up something is a lot shorter in this one than it was in the second one.
Well done.
But yeah, we
Thank
can
you
do
for not helping, Hermione.
we can really do much about that dragon statue, but we may as well remember it's there. That's kind of how these games work.
Do you cast Lumos on it?
Actually, no.
Shouldn't we be going to defense against the
Wait, is that a
dark
picture of
arts?
Harry? Oh no.
No,
It's
no.
not.
Just some other Gryffindor Quidditch player that also has glasses.
There's so many of those.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, like, excuse me for picking up all of those things around here. I will be likely cutting it out in the future, like whenever there is a room like this.
Then it's my first Muggle studies lesson.
But
then potions, and I
the
really
limit of
can't
beans is
focus all
very
the time.
it's very big in this one. Rather, would you say it's small or big? Never mind. I can pick up many, so I will. And also, they come in smaller
Like a true
portions.
completionist.
They come in smaller portions as well. So there's that.
That's it.
You never appreciate being able to kill your enemies until the game takes it away from you. You know, like with those books. And remember those mouse holes? There was one over there. They are important for certain things later on.
Hey, what have you been doing
See?
in there?
The door is actually locked,
This is the way.
and we're able to come through it. And I'm looking at the fixed camera. It's kind of funny how it goes like between them when you're in the fixed camera perspective, because it's like a ghost emerging and going into another one.
It reminds me of Future Flash from Code Lyoko.
Yeah, like the camera just slightly juts upwards, and then it goes to the next one.
I like that Ron also doesn't put the stuff in his pocket. He just fucking squeezes it into oblivion.
No, he just puts it into his. He just applies it directly to the forehead. See?
Yes.
Shouldn't we be going to defense against the dark arts?
Maybe in about 5 minutes after you stop asking me that. Jeez.
Thankfully, you can punish them.
This is a game about exploration. The AI is going to constantly bug you to go with the objective.
I mean, like, I prefer it much rather when it's an option to be like, hey, what are we doing? Other than, you know, them
Right.
just constantly saying that. But at the same time, in this game, you don't actually need it because you have to remember all.
Right. I mean, that's
Yes.
a function in life, is to
Come
remind
on,
you of what to
let's
do.
go.
Exactly. So we don't need two nagging Nancys.
This game shows that it really should have just been a Potter-only game.
No, they do They do quite interesting things with the free person party mechanic.
Shouldn't we be going to defense against the dark arts?
Yeah, we should, because I can't steal anything more. Or I don't care.
What are all these nerds doing?
I heard that the first spell we're learning is really powerful. Do you think?
I don't even know what the fuck that guy just said.
People in the classroom.
Really
I think it's
powerful.
time to go in.
Don't you think Professor Lupin will be waiting for us?
And that girl almost looked like just a black-haired version of Hermione.
I know, right? That guy made me think, what if Sven was a Hogwarts student?
He would be the best Hogwarts student.
Yes. You've been hit by a laser spell!
Let's go to defense against the dark arts. I've got double arithmancy after that, then it's my first Muggle studies lesson, then potions, and I really can't afford to waste
Hermione?
any more time.
If you weren't on a different elevation.
I have the higher ground, Harry. You can't defeat
There.
me.
The Xbox version does still have
What we
some
doing
degree
around
of
here?
screen tearing, but it's mostly like on the top of the screen, so it doesn't, you don't really notice it that much. No, it's a cutscene. Well, after the loading screen, it's gonna be a cutscene.
Hermione, Ron, Harry, would you come here, please? I would like you to go in there and bring back the Glacier Spellbook.
No
Wow,
questions
not
asked.
even an introduction. They just kind of assume you know what the fuck's up.
I just love the pacing of the cutscenes in this series.
God.
Yeah, no further explanation. Just go there and pick up the book. Do you not
Like
need
I said at the very beginning of this game, it's good to see the pacing still intact.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking.
But yeah, this is an icy place, and it's got a really nice thing going on with. You can actually see their breath.
Yeah, noticed. Oh, that's the loading screen.
Mm-hmm. See, it does in fact have blood plus thingamajigs.
Right. So does that mean the credits of this game are going to be entirely in Japanese?
Sadly, no. Or no, after credit sequence is going to be in Japanese.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Neville, I need you to help me lift this. This is really heavy. Are you going to help me? It's running, freezing.
Good to see you can bug them right the fuck back.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness for that.
This thing looks peculiar. I bet it's nothing important.
Not at all.
But yeah, you mostly just walk around as Harry because he's the fastest of them all.
And he's the main character, so why not?
Great.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
flipping
he
cool.
is the best athlete of them all, so why wouldn't he be?
I know, right?
In the
You
magical
saw Harry
adventure.
Potter 1.
Thankfully, the spells have really good aura aiming.
Jesus,
They
that one
truly-
fairy got annihilated.
They got really vicious on that last one. Screw the fairies, but that one specifically. One thing that is a little bit annoying is once you hit a fairy, like, and you're locking on, it will remove the lock on from it. So, we've seen those things over there. Who has a paw?
Harry, apparently.
And so we need to direct the light over there.
Over there.
I have to admit that camera angle is pretty useful because you can't really see that from any position.
Over here,
Like
Hermione.
just here, like you can see it only here, and you would barely notice it.
I gotta say, Harry's got some dexterity. Those mirrors must be fucking freezing.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to block the sun because I am more important than anything. Okay, once you lock it into the position, I don't think you can actually move them anymore. It's not like there is any point to it either.
Right. Do this the hard way.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like, okay, which way is left? Are they taking the perspective of the camera or the character? And I never remember which one it is. And so now we're entering a Harry-only section. A section because, well, nobody could actually jump that thing. That's actually most of the times how they divide the sections. Like if there is going to be one character who has to do a particular part of a level, they don't just go, oh, I can't go there because whatever. It's just only they can reach it because of reasons. Now this thing technically has some kind of a timing mechanic going on with it, but it's completely negligible because it's also solvable just by firing the spell over and over.
Right.
Can't climb this rock, sadly.
Why the fuck not?
I was just sort of looking around if there was any sneakily hidden chest.
I feel
Because
like
they're
Pink
often-
Panther music should be playing right now. Yep.
And for some reason I missed that.
Well, it's ice. You can't grab ice. I mean, come
He
on now,
can.
Nico. Let's be realistic.
He's an athlete magician.
I demand realism in my wizard game, damn you.
In my game about wizard kids that doesn't really know what pacing is.
Yes.
And it's the onion rings. And what did that actually do? It raised another platform that we couldn't see from that angle.
And our reward is a cauldron.
It was a bean. A singular bean. But yeah, here you can see if you just
Ron
If
and
you don't-
Hermione just staring at us.
blankly. But we still
They're just
can't
standing there in the middle of the room doing nothing. It was weird.
We found Loot, Ian, and Natalia. They're just standing there. But you can just jump right down there. Plop. I was thinking, do I need to put them on those things? No, it doesn't seem that way. Let's just go further.
Ah.
Because like they looked too suspicious to just give them one glance.
Yeah, it seemed like a thing they'd want to draw your attention to.
Mm-hmm. But maybe not for now. And here I take way too long with a very simple puzzle.
Do those things in the floor do anything?
No.
There's some kind of switch over there. Will that do anything?
Basically, you just have to. You can't I don't think you can actually climb up with the help of this box. Right up to there.
Can you get up there, Harry? It's some sort of puzzle.
Thank
I love the way
you,
he
Ron.
says that. But yeah, you have to place the box right over there. I couldn't see that from the previous camera angle, so Harry can get up to it, and then place the box on the 3 other ones.
That's done something at least. There's some kind of switch over there. Will that do anything? That's done something at least. Look, there's a switch over there.
Thank you.
I wish there was an option to be like, do you want hints? Yes, no, no.
Right. Right.
And like this was annoying even when I didn't know what they were talking about when I was playing this game in German. But yeah, Harry has to get right over there. Get this
Excellent.
this page. Very blurry page. And we have to take that box and push it onto one of the other things. Thankfully, once they stand in one spot, they most likely will stay there. And you know, if
Most
not, you can most likely.
That's done something at least.
It's not quite as good of a system as they had going on in Primal, but it's sufficient. It's another one of those things that we've collected one of before. Thankfully you can always just plop down and nothing ever happens. And now we can destroy this box, which actually I'm kind of thankful for that.
Oh god, the book.
Thankfully we still have the spell that's there to deal with it. It's not a very good idea to actually change your position when you're doing something timing based.
But that's how you know you're a pro.
Well, we'll just sit there.
Book is now dead.
Those scratches on the floor. I think I need somebody with the sticky fingers.
Here, Ron. Just a second.
Claws, fingers, same thing.
I can't get to there.
There's something just about here. Whoa! Well, that worked. Ron, what's it like in there? Dark. And painful.
Can you see anything?
Yes! See me!
Now, hilariously enough, for some reason, the opening sequence to this game actually shows you just walking past both of them with a very, very slow strut.
Ice lizards, whatever.
Whatever. Seen worse. Of course it breaks when he uses it.
Hermione! Off me, you little cunt!
I also like how Hermione has a thing targeting ridicule.
Yeah.
It's pretty cute.
Everything leads back to the center room.
Yeah, it sort of circles around the whole thing, which is both good and also kind of confusing at times. But yeah, now only Hermione could get into it, because none of them could just get on.
I'll see if I can find the glacier
None of them
spell
can
book.
crawl. Only Hermione.
Maybe they were like, she has to have something special about her. I know. But yeah, here is a puzzle that has actually two solutions. One of them is optional for a thing. But of course
So
we're
of
gonna
course we
do
want
that.
the thing.
Exactly. We always want a thing. I love the reflection effects that they do on the ice over, like, right here.
Yeah.
Well, it may not reflect what's actually in the room, it's still very nice looking.
Only Hermione can solve ice physics puzzles.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you're very much right about that.
Really?
Yes. But yeah, there is a thing over there. But once you remove, like, they need to stay pressed. It's not like press it and the puzzle is solved, so I'll basically have to solve it again afterwards. But oh well, what can you do? And it's also very nice that you don't actually have to wait until the block stops moving before you can start moving.
Right. Beans.
And a health.
More beans.
That we can pull it anywhere back, but like, you know, it's on ice, so makes sense. Solving it back, thankfully, is not too much of a hassle.
Just do what you did earlier, but in reverse.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we did it. We've done it the second time. And we can lock onto them. There is a reason for that.
Pushing giant blocks of ice with your bare hands does not sound comfortable. I was gonna say.
But you see, she's a girl, so she has lotion. That's also her special power. That's why she's the special one who has to do all of the ice puzzles.
Okay. Alright.
Great.
We're terrible
Convinced
people.
that you're the one who said it. Fucking.
Well, I mean, if I divide the blame, it's less horrible.
No, it's not. Hey, Hedwig.
She got pretty popular with all of her merchandise.
I know, right? The point that they're making ice statues of her now, man. Jeez, it's around.
Mm-hmm. It's like all kinds of Hedwig themed book holders.
Hmm?
Got it! The Glacier Spellbook!
And welcome to hell.
What? God damn it, Nico.
I love those little clips. But yeah, now we have power of ice. You don't actually, most of the times, you don't actually need to wait until the floor turns, you know, white before you can actually walk on top of it. Like just the moment it touches it, it's pretty much done. It's like the animation may not yet kick in, but the floor is there. At least that's how I'm used to it. So once or twice I do make a mistake with that, with it taking a little longer. Well, with going a bit faster than it's actually, you know, before it's actually done. Thankfully you don't really use glaciers to fight most of the times, because aiming with that thing is super ambiguous. Like, it's really hard to actually know if you're hitting something that's right in front of you, as you can tell, probably.
Right.
There are only a few enemies that actually need to be handled that way, and, well, this is one of them. You don't actually need to, like, manually aim for them when you're in targeting mode.
That should have been hitting. What the fuck?
It's weird. This is why I'm saying it's good that Glacius isn't really too big of a deal when it comes to fights. You can actually still use it on people. The effect isn't like super spectacular, but it exists, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
And also, there's a little bit of an oversight, even though everything is turned to hell. Oh yeah, and we can't put these out. You can still see. You can still see Hermione's tuna breath.
Yeah. Maybe she's just a naturally cold person.
Mm-hmm. And see, this is also why she's the only one who can do ice puzzles. I wasn't just making a terrible hand lotion joke.
Yes, you were.
Yeah!
Well, I was doing that and something else.
Uh-huh.
I thought we may as well just take a look at these. We have not seen those, but we will need to know where these are for one of our next objectives.